Now we have the running vertical jump. The running vertical jump is going to primarily be used in basketball combines as well as volleyball combines. Now what we're trying to see is how we've seen how high you can jump stationary, and that's more of a brute power. This is a transfer of speed to power. So with this, you should always be able to jump on a running vertical 4 to 6 inches higher than you do in a standing vertical. If you're not, then your technique's off, and that's what we want to work on here, is just getting some of that technique so that your running vertical is significantly higher than your standing vertical. Now, I'm going to coach Tyler through a few things. The first thing is the approach. On the approach, you want to, if you've ever watched the Olympics high jumpers or college high jumpers, that's what you want to look like. They run really tall. As Adam Lincolnauger says in all his videos, they run proud. So their chest is up, their hips are high, they're kind of almost, it looks a little bit like they're prancing. Now, here's some mistakes on the approach that a lot of athletes make. A lot of athletes will slow down and gather themselves just prior to the jump. That's like putting on the brakes. We're like an airplane trying to take off. We're trying to accelerate, 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 then we're in the air. If you put on the brakes, you're not going to get off the ground as high as possible for your best jump ever. Now, the second thing athletes will do is they'll take off like gangbusters out of the start. If you take off at top speed, then you're not going to be accelerating into the jump, and you're also not going to be able to jump as high because you're probably going to overshoot it, and you're not going to be able to transfer that speed horizontally to height vertically. So that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to accelerate so that we're still accelerating when we hit that jump on the approach, and then once you do that, you transfer that horizontal speed to vertical speed. So what I'm going to have Tyler do is go ahead and start, do some approaches, and get ready to do the jump. Tyler, I don't want you to actually jump, but what I want you to do is just do a couple approaches and just see, again, with those coaching points where you're running proud, chest is up, you're not leaning back, and you're not bent forward. This isn't like the first 10 yards of a 100-meter or the first 10 yards of a 40-yard dash where you should be running at a very, very low positive angle. This, you're running tall because we want to run tall so we can jump high. If you're bent over, you can't transfer that to jumping high. All right, Tyler's doing a good job on his approaches there. This one, though, that last one, he bent a little bit at the waist. I want him to stay good and tall up through the entire approach. Good. All right, so you can see how Tyler's approach, his chest is high, his hips are high, he's running proud, almost prance-like high knees. He's ready to transfer that horizontal speed into vertical height.